Becoming a caregiver is not something most of us plan to do, it just kind of happens. And whether you're caring for your parent who brought you into this world and raised you, or you're caring for your spouse, there's a lot of similarities, but there are also some really big differences, and most of the differences have to do with the relationship itself. Some of the similarities are that you're caring for somebody that you love and you're watching them decline every day almost, and that can be devastating. In both cases, it takes all the strength, all the resilience, all the ability to adapt that you can find to take this role on. And in both cases, there's a really high chance for burnout because you're not just taking care of somebody physically, you're taking care of them emotionally, you're dealing with the emotional things, you're dealing with the relationship things, and you're often dealing with family type things, and you're dealing with having to learn about the disease process, and figuring out how to manage it. So which type of caregiving is harder? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm Tammy Provenzel. I'm a physical therapist and a life coach for caregivers. I make these videos because I'm on a mission to make resources for caregivers more accessible to everyone. So we talked about some of the things that are similar, whether you're caring for a spouse or caring for a parent. The biggest differences come from the relationship itself. One of the first big differences is in our feeling of responsibility, whether we're caring for a parent or caring for a spouse. If we're caring for a parent, often the responsibility, the feeling of responsibility comes from the fact that they brought us into the world, they raised us, and there's a feeling that because of that, we owe them, we have to give back to them. And when we're talking about caring for a spouse, it's a little bit different because we came into a marriage as a partnership, almost like we signed a contract that we were going to be partners. So we're going to take care of each other in a partner relationship. The roles as we become caregivers change. So as we step into the role of caregiving for our parent, if we think about the roles historically, our parents have been kind of on the top of the hierarchy. They've been the person who taught us, whose opinion we respected, who helped us to make decisions. And now if they're losing their ability to do those things, we have to step into that type of role. It's a whole role reversal. If we're caring for our spouse, the role change is different. When we're caring for a spouse, the fact that we entered this relationship as a partnership, and then we watch as the person we're in a partnership starts to lose some of their ability to participate in that partnership, then we have to let go of the idea that we have somebody else that's helping us in this life, and we have to become very independent. And that can be really hard when we've made life plans with this person, we've made plans for the future, and all of a sudden those don't look possible anymore. When it comes to our own personal identity, when we're caring for a parent, they are usually the foundation of where our self-identity came from. They're the voice that starts our internal dialogue. All of us have that internal mind chatter that runs constantly, a lot of times very judgmental of ourselves. It tells us we're not good at certain things. It runs in the background of everything we do. And then when we become a caregiver to our parent, often we're back in the vicinity of the people who help to develop this internal mind chatter. And that can be very upsetting and make us feel like we're teenagers again sometimes in our mood, in our behaviors. When we're caregiving for a spouse, our self-identity is combined with this other person because we've built a life with them. And so when we start to lose that, it can really upset our sense of who we are. And then when it comes to losing the person that we're caring for, when it comes to our parents, there's a kind of expectation for most of us that our parent is getting older and they've lived their life and they've come to the end of their life, and it's kind of natural that they're going to pass. When we're caring for our spouse, it seems sometimes harder to think of that because we're growing older with them. We have all these life dreams and goals that we've built together, and we don't expect that they're all of a sudden going to be gone. So which one is harder? The reality is that they're both equally hard. They're both really hard. They're just different. And most of it comes down to the relationship. And sometimes just understanding where the challenges are can help us to find the most appropriate type of support that we need. Thanks for watching today's video. Please like, share, subscribe, and in the comment section below, let me know which you think is harder.